Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. In this breakout session, we'll show you an example of how business users can transform their operations using AppSheet. AppSheet is a citizen developer platform that lets you or anyone build their own applications. And to do that, you don't need to have any coding experience. My name is Arthur, and I'm part of the AppSheet product team here at Google. My guest today is Paula. She's joining us to share some of her experiences with us. Hi, Paula.
Hello, Arthur.
So, to get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Paula Bell. I work for Kentucky Power. I've been with them for 32 years. We are an electric utility. We serve customers in Eastern Kentucky.
Okay. And so, during that time at Kentucky Power, what kind of roles have you held?
I started out as a design technician in the engineering group, worked there, and have also done project work in the engineering group. And I've been a line coordinator where I schedule the jobs. Most recently, I've been working with a lean team, and we were looking for efficiencies. I'm currently a business process analyst.
Okay. So, what I'm hearing is that you've been focused a lot on the business processes overall, defining them, implementing them, and assessing them. At the same time, what I'm hearing is that you do not seem to have any coding experience per se. You've never built applications. Is that more or less correct?
Yes, that's correct. 32 years. We didn't even have computers when I hired in, so no coding experience. But I enjoy math, and again, looking for a more efficient process.
Okay. And so, moving on and focusing on Kentucky Power, as a business process analyst there, what kind of problems have you identified?
Well, we have a lot of old, outdated paper processes, and with today's technology that's available, how can we use that technology to improve or eliminate the paper processes? So, um, keeping in mind safety and reliability and our budget and our customer experience. Could we use technology to improve those things, or again, just make a small step towards digitizing that old paper process?
Okay, so this is not a small challenge that you're trying to tackle. What I'm hearing is you need to move all of your processes away from paper, and essentially you're trying to monetize your field operations. I can see there would be a variety of different use cases. And so at this point so far, what's the range of application that you've built with AppSheet?
Right now, we have about 10 apps, about 10 AppSheet apps. It ranges anywhere from our circuit inspection app, where we track our circuit inspections in the field. We actually have one for tracking a dozer operator that we use. We use the app to send him a request and track it that way. The first app that we started with is our transformer tracker, our transformer replacement tracker. So um, that's the first one that we started with.
Okay, so different use cases, but let's dive into this one. The first app that you created, you said it's meant to track transformers. What exactly was the problem that led you to create that application?
So the transformer that serves your house, imagine a storm comes through, a transformer or lightning strikes it. We have to replace it, and part of that replacement, we have to track that device. And each transformer has a serial number, has a barcode on it, and we wanted to be able to scan that barcode and gather that information quickly and accurately. You know, things that we are considering is safety, reliability, a budget, and customer experience. So if we can quickly gather that information and do the administrative work, then that gets the guys out in the field, and they can start replacing that transformer much more quickly.
Okay. And what was the process before you had this application?
Well, we had an old paper form, and again, you got the opportunity of writing that serial number down inaccurately. Um, Times when it's raining, the crews are still out working, and they write that information down on that paper, and you get it right and the ink smear. So we had an old paper process, and again, that's what we wanted to get rid of. We wanted to digitize that information.
Okay, so it's pretty clear keeping track of transformers, and we all know when your transformer goes down, your neighborhood is in the dark. So everybody wants that to get done fast. So what we're going to do now is watch a demo recording of the application that Paula built using AppSheet. Paula and I will walk you through what the app looks like and how people in the field are using the application. So I've just opened the app that tracks transformers with issues, and it now replaces the former paper process you had. Paula, you built that app with AppSheet, so I would like you to walk us through it. Can you start by describing what I'm seeing here?
Yes, Arthur. This is so when you open the app on your cell phone or mobile device, you're going to first see all the entries that have been added in that haven't been completed out by the storeroom yet. So as the storeroom finishes their process in the back office, these will disappear. These are sorted by our we got 5 different storerooms. Ashland Hazard, Pikeville, and you can see it summarizes. Hazard's got 3 outstanding that need to be completed. But as they get done in the back office, they will disappear off the screen.
So let's pretend I'm an employee in the field, and essentially I need to replace one of those transformers, right? I need to create a ticket. How do I do that?
So yes, so for example, there's been a storm come through and a transformer is struck by lightning, for example. Our crews have to come into the lot and get the material and take it to the site and make the replacement. So for a transformer, we track those by serial number. So they would just open in the lower right, you'll see the plus, the green plus. They just select that.
Okay.
And from the paper form we saw earlier, we just put all that in the app. And so they basically just go down through here answering the questions. um, the storeroom lot, you can see there's an asterisk there. The asterisks mean that's a required field. The storeroom lot does have some math behind it. When you make a selection, it's going to open up some other um, details that we need. So you'll notice as he selected Ashland, it populated or it brought up these circuit name. So that's something we need. And again, each just different area has different circuits. So rather than make a user select all of the circuits, we can narrow it down, and that way their search is much quicker. So you can see it's required. So Arthur, if you would just go down through there and make the selections, and this you can pick off the list, or if you knew this was a specific circuit, you could type in Flatwoods, and or he
There
started
it
with
is.
FL and it
Yeah,
brings it up. So again, that's just user preference. Pick it from the list or use the search option.
great.
But just
Hmm.
work your way down through there and just fill in all the responses.
Okay.
So our location number is the poll ticket. It's actually on the poll. It's we require the 14 digits. Sometimes the guys will try to abbreviate that, but the back office needs all 14 digits. So if you were to enter just 12, it's going to send you a general reminder of please give us all 14 digits.
Yes. One example here, I entered 13 digits, and immediately I am aware that I'm missing one number in this case,
Yes,
one digit.
yes, and again, I think after they do it a few times, it kind of sticks. But again, just a gentle reminder. This is our work request or trouble ticket number. You can scan that, or a lot of times they'll just type them in. It's important to note that you can use the scanner or type it in the case that you were missing a barcode or something, it was bent and you couldn't scan it. Sometimes that happens, not a whole lot. So and we'll see the scanner again in a minute, but sometimes the work is just done. We put a transformer up, take one down. We don't need any follow-up paperwork, but there's a lot of times we do need some follow-up paperwork. So rather than make phone calls, they can just select yes here. And again, this is another part that technician that will receive the email, you saw that pop up below, depending on the storeroom you made in the first selection, it's going to direct that to the right person for that stores lot. So had he picked Hazard, it's going to bring up the folks down there, is going to send it to a different person.
So I picked hazard, but then I need to change also the circuit name.
That's correct.
So I'm going to pick something here. And you're saying yes.
Yeah, you'll
Now the
notice
check.
it. Yes, I'm sorry, you'll notice that it changed to a different person. And That's just a little bit of math in your tables, underlying tables. If Ashland, then it's Pat. If Hazard, then it's Rob. That just that simple.
Okay, good. So now I have to enter the material, so meaning the transformer, or in this case, apparently also cross arms, that is being taken down and returned or even installed, I assume.
Yes, yes. And again, this is required. So we started our app with just the transformers. Again, the barcode scanning was the key here. But we were asked to add some things, user feedback. Hey, we can do track cross arms as well. But for this example, let's just say we're taking only a transformer. And you'll notice when you selected transformer, it opened up some fields for us. We can, in the instance where you're just taking one down, you may want to install 0. That would be your choice. But again, for this example, let's say we're putting one up and taking one down. So hopefully it's pretty intuitive. You select one and just work your way down through there.
Yes, so I got new fields to populate. Uh,
I'd
what
go with
kind of,
a 25.
okay, manufacturer that I understand. And here we're also asking a serial number.
Yes, and you see the barcode option, and again, this is this is what makes it magic for us. Scanning that barcode, again, those could be 12 to 14 digits. Some of them are alphanumeric. And again, when you're thinking of a nice day, and you're going out there and getting the information, that's not so bad. Well, I guess getting a serial number is bad, but imagine it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's pouring the rain, and you're out there on trouble, someone's power's off. You want to get the information accurately and get it sent into the office quickly. Um, the old forms, piece of paper and ink pen, if it's a little bit of rain, you got smeared ink. This way, you just scan it and pick up the information quickly. So, and as you're doing, Arthur, just the retirement is the same. Just get the same information. If for some reason the serial number wasn't available, um, there's options just beneath that, and you could put note the removal serial number was unavailable. Again, just optional. Most times they're there, but again, it just depends on what's happened to it. And you can even photograph it if the plate's bent and you think you can read it. Maybe you want to get a second opinion. Just take a photograph of it, and then it can be deciphered by folks later in the office.
I have a question for you, Paula. I see that some of those fields, transformer, 1 kVA, the manufacturer, they are shown in different color depending on whether we're talking about installing a transformer or taking one down. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Yes, so you can format those icons. You can select different icons. So I can't remember what I had, but based on user feedback, they wanted an up arrow and they want red. Red for us in our mapping is install. So the foreman said, "Can you make that a red up arrow?" So they're positive that the one that they're scanning is the one they're installing that's going up on the pole. And the same with the blue. We're retiring it out of the field, so blue is retire. And of course, down again, intuitive, right? I'm taking it down. So the icons make it easy to help the user understand what message they're sending. It says remove there, but you've also got that visual of the down arrow.
Okay. So based on user feedback and what people were familiar with, you decided as an app creator to change that formatting so that it would provide more visual cues. Clicking save now.
Yeah, and while that's syncing, I'll share that when we sent the notification to the back office to follow up with some paperwork, there will be a workflow that triggers, and it will just shoot that person an email. That saved us a lot of time on phone calls to exchange information rather than call and tell that person or try to send them an email. The tool just does it for them. It takes all the information that you've just gathered and sends it to multiple folks. The stored room to get the serial number, and then again, this follow-up technician, um, follow-up email to the technician. There's all the information that they need, and then they can write up the proper paperwork.
Okay. So here I can see the ticket that I just recorded, and yeah, I've got all the information, and the picture has loaded. Okay.
So office folks and field folks, I've been very happy with this tool. This is again, the scanner is awesome. It's made field personnel. It's made it a lot easier. And again, we don't have any transpositions of numbers anymore.
Okay, so we just got a look at the application that Paula built and that let Kentucky Power effectively move this particular process from paper to digital. So Paula, now that the application has been in use for a while, what are the results and the benefits that you've observed and that you can share with us today?
Oh, we do have a lower error rate. I mean, scanning a barcode, there's no opportunity to transpose or leave off a number.
Mhm.
And safety, there's times when if they forget the number or get it wrong, they may have to go back out to the field and climb a pole again to get that information off of that device. And thinking about lower error rates and not having to climb a pole again, we got happier folks, knowing that they can just scan that, and so the field folks can get it quickly, accurately, and then the office personnel, they don't have to follow up in case there's an error. So um, again, happier folks.
Yeah. I have to say, I love that you are able to say that you have lower error rates and measure what you're, how you're improving. But at the same time, you're getting that feedback from users that are telling you, yes, we like this, we want to use it. So that's kind of like a double confirmation, and that's really great to hear. So by these accounts, I would say like the app is a success for you, Kentucky Power. Um, for people who have never built an application before, do you have any advice for them on how they should get started, what's important to keep in mind, things like that?
Yes. First thing I would recommend is keep it simple. Again, no coding experience. Just keep it simple and Google it. If you run into stumble a little bit and making it do what you want, just Google it. I watched several 2 or 3 minute videos that were very helpful and helped me to get to the tool, helped us to get to the tool that we needed. And be sure to consider your end user. Focus on what device will they be using, and keep it simple for them, and listen to their feedback.
Okay. Um, that's great. I mean, that's true. You can't really succeed if your users do not adopt the application. So you'd better listen to them because they're giving you very valuable feedback. Um, Also, you mentioned, so to get started, you should start with a simple application. So these are really two valuable recommendations, and we've seen other successful app creators follow these recommendations. So again, thank you, Paula, for sharing these with us. For those of you who are interested in AppSheet and trying creating your first application, Google Cloud Next also has lab sessions where in one of them you can try doing that exactly at your own pace, but still being guided. So I'd encourage you, all of you interested, to try it out. This kind of wraps up our breakout sessions. So thank you everyone for joining us. Paula, thank you so much for sharing your experience with AppSheet with everyone here.
And Arthur, thank you. Thank you for letting us share our story, and appreciate the tool. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.